What happened in this house? I was hearing calls. Calls? Voices, calls for help. Help? Yes, over and over again. They spoke to you. Not exactly, the house did. The house? Yes, the house crept all over, the noises. Your family?
My name is No.
My family died before I arrived into the house. They were all burning alive. Burnt? I came back one day and the house was on fire. My parents and my brother Ben were inside. There was nothing I could do. If it wasn't your family, whose family was it then? The family who used to live in this house. How do you know it was your family? Or someone? Because I heard them all. I heard them in the wars and in the wind. What wind? Outside the house, through the walls and inside the wood. This family, who are they? The Diaz family. Diaz? Bradley Diaz, Jimmy Diaz, Faye Diaz, Larry Diaz, Heather Diaz, Gary Diaz, Lynn Diaz, Mary Diaz, Jason Diaz, Philippa Diaz, Dan Diaz. They were all the children. They cried out their names. I felt their presence and they were the letters. The letters? Each day the mother wrote a letter to one of the children who used to live in this house. I'm not sure what you're saying. She explains a story in letters. Yes, there was just the name of the children on the envelopes. How do you know they were the children? Well, I guessed. How? Well, you haven't so many people of the same name, so some of them must be the children. The dad? No, the dad ran into house to me. The mother, the wife, received some bills under her name. Children don't receive bills. Why send in letters addressed to the children who used to live in the house? She wanted someone to know. Someone who could live in the house to know. What is there to know? How the children died? They died. All of them? Yes, but how? That's the story. What story? How do you know? I heard the cries, the screams. Of the children? Yes. Screaming? Agonizing. But what happened to them? What happened? I had a happy childhood. They never had one. I was allowed to grow up. They never were. My parents died in a fire with my brother Ben. The parents of the children are still alive. The letters came every day. The dad is the owner of the house I'm living in. The mother escaped the house and then run away. She wrote the letters. I moved into the house one day and heard them all. What happened? What happened cannot be said but only be heard. I hear you. I hear them both, but we don't exist. Are we dead? We are the ghosts in the story. You survived your parents' and your brother's death, but you have entered into a house where you should have never been in the first place. You heard the ghost and you became one, like every one of us. No one will ever know the story. Someone will. Knock Knock confided his story to the web every day, instantly, passionately. And this is how we met, on the web. It's odd that a story can be so real, a story that is searched and read about on the web. The more I search and the more this story sends shivers down my spine. I'm telling a story about a story some users posted online about someone in a time that, for some reason, had completely lost touch with reality. Someone who believed had uncovered an entire family murdered, slaughtered and hidden in the basement of the house he was living in. Me, I've just spent 1 month in the house and became haunted by voices calling my name. My mysterious signs received by a family beyond the land of the living who once lived in a house near forest and wanted desperately to convey their story to the world, and in doing so, they succeeded. Knock confided his story, the way he learned about the story, his fears and anxiety, to a search engine for everyone to know, in turn did how and will again. Knock Knock, with his cross-faced avatar, was more than just a presence in the web. He seems to have caught people's imagination. It has been many years after the event and no one seems to know what has become of him. Once he discovered the rotting skeletons and he set off the story ended abruptly. Perhaps someone else will find out one day and then the story of Knock Knock would be told once again, posted on the web and fully searchable.